Hello, witches. This is Melissa the Dreadful Mystic, your Monday host. And today on Starting Out Solitary, we are going to talk about your favorite form of divination. Now, I am going to take this a little further because I'm not sure anyone cares about my favorite form of divination. But for those of you who are new to the craft, who are starting out, I wanted to share a few ways that I like to use my favorite form of divination to help in my spell work. So my favorite form of divination is the tarot. That's probably going to be a kind of constant theme in these shows. So, but yes, I love the tarot. And this is one of my favorite decks, actually, the Bonefire Tarot. So I enjoy the tarot. It is a very fun way to really start tapping into your divination skills, mainly because so much is reflected in the cards, you know. All kinds of, different illustrations depending on the deck. Each deck is different. But I just love this deck, y'all. This is a Bonefire Tarot. But your eyes are drawn to certain aspects of the cards, certain things about the card that kind of help interpret what you're picking up intuitively anyway. That is how I read the tarot. That's what I truly believe about the tarot. So when the way I like to use the tarot in my spell work or in conjunction with my spell work is I will do a reading. You know, if I feel like I need to cast, especially if I'm kind of uncertain about how to go about it, like I know I have a need that needs to be met or something that I want to accomplish, but if I'm uncertain of how I want to go about it or, exactly which way I want to take the spell, what items I need to use, things like that, I will do a reading. And I'll shuffle the cards and I will lay out a few cards and see what they say. I'll have something specific in mind, a specific spread, or even if I'm not using a spread and just turning one card over at a time until I feel the need to stop, I will just pay attention and really read what the cards are trying to tell me. Like I just pulled the Fool and the Two of Coins and the Two of Swords. A lot of twos. A lot of decisions to be made, things to be balanced out. So if I was doing spell work, and I wanted to do spell work on, let's say, my finances, and I looked at, I pulled these cards and I got the Fool and the Two of Coins and the Two of Swords, automatically the fact that I have two twos would tell me that I'm going to have to balance some things and make some decisions, decide which way I want to go. So since the Two of Coins deals more with money, and that's what my focal point, it's also the center card, and I find that interesting. That's something I would think about. Like, okay, obviously the focal point, the fact that I want to work on my finances, and the fact that the Two of Coins is the middle card, what everything kind of centers around, then I would, okay, I need to balance my money. I need to find some sort of balance here with my money. And the Fool, that's a major card. So I need to take like a major shift in with the Two of Swords, possibly in the way I think about money, in the way I manage my money. And so in order to do spell work around that, try something different, try something new, take a chance, maybe step out of my comfort zone a little bit. And whatever I do as far as spell work, I need to make sure that I balance things correctly. You know, think about and make a decision. Don't let my emotions get in the way, but don't be overly logical either. You know, Two of Swords. So that gives me, you know, a lot of good ideas about where I could go with that spell. And then I will use my cards again, like after I cast a spell, probably a couple of days after, just kind of check up on my spell work to see if it's going the way I think it should be going, to see if I need to add anything, just kind of get a feel for how things are moving after I've cast the spell, how the energy is shifting, where I possibly may need to go, and follow the advice and see where that takes me. So yeah, to me, divination is a great tool. Not only does it help you connect with your intuition, but it also helps you to be a better spellcaster, to really grow and pull in spirit and check with your gut and with spirit on your castings and how you should cast. It can give you new ideas. It can give you a good answer into whether you need to cast a specific kind of spell or not. You know, you may be going about it in a very complicated way, and the cards can lead you to see that, you know, like, hey, it doesn't have to be this complicated. Let's do something simple. So yeah, to me, whenever I first started using the tarot as a form of divination, I automatically kind of flowed into using it with, you know, in conjunction with my spell work, to find out what I was doing and if I was doing it correctly, and you know, checking in on spells to see if they were working, if I needed to change, if I needed to add to it. So if I need to just start over, you know, and it really helps. So you can not only boost your intuition and psychic abilities with the tarot, but you can also let it aid you in your craft as well. So you can also use it in your craft. You can use cards to charge. You use specific cards like the Fool to charge a powder or an oil, especially if that powder or oil has something to do with new beginnings. You can use the tarot cards not only to charge certain items, to, you know, aid it with their energy that's already imbued into the card itself, but you can also use them to help form the flow of the spell. So like the intent behind the spell. You know, if you are wanting a new business venture and you want like new money to come your way, or you know, so a kind of beginning in financial wealth and prosperity, you can use the Ace of Coins in the actual spell to add that element of beginnings, especially with finances. So you can use the cards in many ways in your craft. So if you have never experienced the tarot before, the Rider-Waite deck is usually one of the better decks to start out with, in my opinion. There are a lot of good books out there to use as far as learning tarot. The easiest way to learn tarot ever by Dusty White is one of the best books out there, in my opinion. I have it. It's great. I wish I had found it when I first started, but I didn't. And even if you're an experienced tarot reader, it's a great book to pick up just to learn a few new things, to keep you fresh, you know, and motivated in your tarot journey. So I hope you enjoyed the show. and let me know if you have any comments, questions. Put them down below, and I will answer them. So y'all have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.